Hello, algebras. Here is the key to your homework on special cases. This is from Notes 9. So make sure that you have finished the video for the notes for last time before you do this time's homework. Alright, so it says match the graph with its linear system. Does the system have exactly one, no, solution, or infinite? So I know this one has one solution. This one has no solutions because they are parallel lines. And this, if somebody tells me this is a system, I'm going to have to assume that they are infinite solutions because they are the same line. So here's what I need to do here. I need to first look at the slope, and then secondly, I need to look at the y-intercepts, because if it's this kind of story here with infinite solutions, that means that these things are the same. If I have no solutions, then that means it's the same slope, and that means it's a different y-intercept. If I have this story where I have one solution, that means it's different slopes and different y-intercepts. Alright, so let's take a look. If I go ahead and I solve for y in each of these scenarios, y is equal to positive x plus 1 when I go ahead and add x to each side. When I look here and I say y is equal to, I had to subtract x from each side, so negative y is equal to, and then when I multiply everything by a negative 1, I end up with y is equal to positive x minus 1. So if you look here, my slope is 1 and my slope is 1. My intercept is positive, this intercept is negative. That means that this is letter A. Same slopes, 1 and 1, different intercepts. Okay, let's take a look at B. When I look at this equation, I have y is equal to, when I add x to each side, x minus 2. And for this one, when I go ahead and I'll subtract 2x from each side, and I get negative 2y is equal to negative 2x plus 4, divide by negative 2, divide by negative 2, divide by negative 2. I get y is equal to, this is going to be positive x, and this is going to be minus 2. Uh-oh, check it out. Same exact equation 2 times. So this is B, same slope, same intercept, same line. Alright, so this one should be C. So when I go ahead and I take a look, just to make sure, we're going to have this equation is x is equal to y. I added y to each side. Here I'm going to subtract 5x from each side, and I wind up with negative 2y, negative 5x plus 6. Divide by negative 2, divide by negative 2, divide by negative 2. Y is equal to positive 5 halves x minus 3. When we look here, not the same slope. Here I have a slope of 1. Here I have a slope of 5 halves. Not the same intercept, which means this is choice C. Alright, it says graph the systems of equations. Does the system have exactly one, no, or infinitely many solutions? Alright, I'm going to subtract 2x from each side. So plus 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a slope of negative 2, down 2 over 1, down 2 over 1. So here I have slope negative 2x, positive 5 is my intercept. Alright, when I solve this one, I'm going to add 6x to each side. So I get negative 3y is equal to positive 6x minus 15. Divide by negative 3, divide by negative 3, divide by negative 3. Y is equal to negative 2x plus 5. Uh-oh. Check it out. Positive 5, slope of negative 2. It looks like, ready? It is the same line. So we're going to say infinite solutions because it's the same line. All right, so we'll check out the next one. When I solve for y here, 2y is equal to positive 6x plus 4. I added 6x to each side. Divide by 2, divide by 2, divide by 2, and I get y is equal to 3x plus 2, positive 2, slope of 3, quick and easy graph. Let's check out this one down here. Add 9x to each side, and I have 3y is equal to positive 9x plus 12, divide by 3, divide by 3, divide by 3. Y is equal to 3x plus 4. Okay. Here's an intercept of 4 and a slope of 1, 2, 3 over 1, which means these two graphs have the same slope, but different y-intercepts. Therefore, there's no solution because the lines are parallel. No solution. And we can say that it's parallel lines. Okay. I'm predicting this one has a solution, but we'll go ahead and see. All right. Subtract 2x from each side, and I get y is equal to negative 2x plus 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 is my intercept, and a slope of negative 2, which gives me like that. And then we'll go ahead and subtract 3x from each side. So I have negative y is equal to negative 3x minus 2. Multiply everything by a negative 1. And I end up with positive y, positive 3x, positive 2. So here's positive 2 as an intercept. And 1, 2, 3, 1. Beautiful. I love it when I find the intersection when I'm doing my slope count. Therefore, my intersection is over 1 and up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is the point of intersection. All right, good job. Let's check out the back of the homework. We have used substitution to solve the system equations. And again, we're looking for one, no, or infinite solutions. All right, so it says substitution. I'm going to solve for this y. So this y is equal to positive 3x plus 4 because I added 3x to each side. So I go to my equation and I have 15 times x minus 5 times my value for y is negative 20. So I'll go ahead and add, put my 3x plus 4 in for my y. So I have 15x minus 15x plus 4 is equal to negative 20. This is rather suspicious. This is a zero pair. So 4 is equal to negative 20, not in my world. Because I lost my variables, that means that there is no solution. I lost my variables and this is not true. So that means there's no solution. All right, substitution it says. So substitution will do. We'll solve for this y. So this y is equal to negative 4x minus 8. I went ahead and subtracted 4x from each side. So I'll go to my equation, and I have negative 6x plus 2 times my value for y is negative 16. I'll go ahead and put my negative 4x minus 8 in for that, which gives me negative 6x, and then I have minus 8x minus 8 is equal to negative 16. So I have negative 14x's minus 8 is equal to negative 16. I'm going to add 8 to each side, and I get negative 14x's. Looks like that's going to be equal to negative 8. Divide by negative 14, and I get x is equal to 4/7. That's kind of a unfriendly number. Let's go back and check my work. So negative 6x plus 2 times y. I subtracted 4x from each side. 2 times is negative 8. Look at 2 times negative 8. This was supposed to be 16. Aha. So this was negative 16. When I add 16 to each side, adding 16 here, this is supposed to give me 0. So when I divide by 14, I get 0. We like that better. Hey, every time you get a number that doesn't feel right, go back and check it. Absolutely. All right, so y is going to be equal to negative 4 times my value for x. Hey, 0 is a number. So if you get 0 as a number, don't think it's one of these weird ones. Just keep on going. Y has a value of, this zeroes out, negative 8. Therefore, my solution is at 0, 8. All right, and I can check that to make sure it's true. If I put 0 in for x and negative 8 in there, it works. If I put 0 in for x and negative 8 in there, it definitely works. All right, next up. Substitution, it says. So it looks like x is my best variable to solve for. It's my one with a coefficient equal to 1. So I'll say x is equal to negative 2y minus 1. So we're going to have negative 3 times my value for x minus 6y is negative 15. And then x is equal to negative 2y minus 1. So when I go ahead and I simplify that, I've got positive 6y plus 3 minus 6y is negative 15. Again, my variables cancel out, and I end up with something that's not true, and I'll say, therefore, no solution. Okay, next up, linear combination, which is the one where we're adding our equations. So we're going to look for a zero pair. Our x's and our y's are all lined up here. I guess we'll try to find a coefficient of 14 to match up. I'm already suspicious because I already have 0 pairs here. If I multiply this equation by 2, I have negative 14 x's plus 14 y's is equal to 14. If I multiply this equation by 7, I have positive 14 x's, there's a 0 pair, minus 14 y's, there's a 0 pair, is equal to negative, and I'll go ahead and go to my calculator, 7 times negative 18 is negative 126. That really doesn't matter because watch what happens. My x's and my y's cancel out, and I get 0 is equal to negative 126 plus 14. That gives me negative 112. But guess what? That means that that's not true, so therefore no solutions. I'm suspicious. I have a lot of no solutions. I'm going to go back and double check them just to make sure. All right. Here I have my x's and my y's, my equal signs, all lined up. We'll go ahead and we'll multiply this one by a negative 2. So I have 4x plus 4y is negative 8. Negative 4x minus 4y is equal to positive 8. Guess what? 0 pair, 0 pair, 0 pair. And you end up with a number sentence that's true. Therefore, there's infinite solutions. And guess what? These two equations are the same line because they have the same slope and the same y-intercept. All right. This last one, let's go ahead and cancel out our y's. I'll multiply this one by 2. That gives me 4x's minus plus 2y's is equal to negative 8. 4x minus 2y is equal to positive 8. Be very careful here, because here's our 0 pair. That's the one that we were going for. This is not a 0 pair, positive plus positive. And guess what? This is a 0 pair, but again, 0 is a solution. 0 is the x-coordinate of this ordered pair's solution. So I'll go ahead, 2 times my x value plus y is equal to negative 4. I took this equation up here, and I'll go ahead and I'll put my 0 in. That's an easy one to solve. So y is equal to negative 4. All right, hope you did well. Good job. Check your work. Record your questions so I can come back and help you out.